What's going on, everybody? Tim here, back with another video. Just outdoors, soaking up a little nature, enjoying a little hiking today. But I found a little picnic table, stopped, taking a little water break, and I said, while I'm here, I want to turn the camera on, make a video, and I want to talk about a topic that I think at one point or another in our lives, all of us suffer from, and that's feeling behind in life. It might happen at different times in life for different people. Some people may suffer from the feeling of feeling behind more than other people. But I think all of us at one point have looked around at our peers or people we identify with and say, man, they're doing better than me. That person has more than me. That person is farther along in their career than me. That person has a more attractive mate than me. We've all looked around and saw someone or some bodies that we felt were further along in life than us, and it made us feel behind. And the really bad part about this is that a lot of times we have really good lives. Okay? A lot of times we might be comfortable. We might have a good job. We might have a good mate. We might have a lot of things going for us. But instead of being content and being happy with it, we're looking at what other people have, and that's bringing us down. And in this video, I wanted to talk about this, and I wanted to address this. So maybe we cannot feel that way as often, and maybe we can continue to enjoy our lives. Because like I said, a lot of us have really enjoyable lives. So I will admit that there have been times when I had to deal with this. I looked around, I felt behind, and the thing that has helped me the most in overcoming these feelings and when they do pop up, not dwelling on them, is when I started to really live the life I wanted to live. When I started doing things I wanted to do, and I stopped just kind of living that cookie cutter life that society says that someone who looks like me, who was born where I was born, with my background should live. When I started living the life I wanted to live, I realized I stopped kind of comparing myself with people as much, because most of the people that are in my peer group now are other people who are living the life they want to live and living unique lives. And by definition, they're all going to be different. That is something that really helped me. Even though I still sometimes look at people and try to compare myself with my peers now are all people who are living the lives they want to live, living their own unique life. So by definition, they're all going to be doing all this wild, crazy, different stuff. And that doesn't mean it has to be literally physically crazy, but it's just stuff that they want to do. A lot of it seems crazy to me, or not anything I'm interested in. So it's hard for me to be able to look at somebody and be like, oh man, that person's further along than me, because we're all doing different stuff. Most of the people in my peer group, they're doing different stuff. You know, they may be traveling like I like to do, but they may want to travel to different places. They may have different hobbies or different passions that they're pursuing. It's hard to feel behind when everybody's doing something different. And so that's my number one thing is if there's a large subset of the population that you feel like you're behind, maybe ask yourself, am I doing what I really want to do? Or am I just going along with what people said I should be doing? And trying to get a life that other people said I should be living? Because why are there so many people? You know what I mean? Why are there so many people doing what I want to be doing? You know what I mean? Why are there so many people ahead of me? Why are there so many people in my race? I run a solo race. You know what I mean? I'm on the Womb to Tomb marathon. It's just me. There's a lot of people along the side of the road handing out water bottles and giving me support and cheering me on. But at the end of the day, the Womb to Tomb marathon is only ran by Timothy Ward. All I got to do is get from start to finish of this thing called life. There is nobody running it with me, because I have my own unique set of DNA, my own background, my own upbringing, my own experiences. It is my own life. Each one of us has our own unique life. So how could we possibly be behind in life when we're the only one living that life? It's just you. There's other people who might do similar stuff. There's other people who live where you live. There's other people the same race as you. There's other people the same gender as you, whatever. but there's no other you. Now, the closest you might get to actually maybe being behind somebody, and even still you're not, is if you got like a twin or like a triplet. You know what I mean? And y'all got a lot of the same stuff in common, and your twin is like really killing it and you're not. Well, then maybe then, okay? Maybe then, but like most of us don't even have that. But other than that, like nobody is you. Nobody's doing what you do. How can you be behind anybody? Because we got to think, they have all their own unique circumstances, and they have their positive traits, and they have everything going on in their life. And a lot of the things that are unique to their life might be are the reason why they might be doing better than you in certain circumstances. We never look at it that way. We like to look at it like the playing field is perfectly level and everybody's the same. And so like if someone has a better job than you, they're doing better than you, but they might have some skills that lend themselves to that promotion that you didn't have. They might have known somebody at the company who hooked them up. You know what I mean? Like we don't think about it that way. You can never look at any other human being and see all the things they got going on that has helped them get to the point where they're at. There are people who look at you. There are people who look at me, look at you, look at us, and feel like they're behind us in life in certain aspects, not knowing that a lot of the areas where we're doing better, we just kind of fell into it, or it comes naturally to us. Like it is, life is never like fair across the board. We all got gifts, we all got talents, we all got people who helped us out. We've all just kind of had the luck of the draw happen. Life happens. And you try to take full advantage of the opportunities you're given, but we're given different opportunities. You know, and another thing that helps me too is I like to look at what people have as blessings. So if somebody is doing well, they've got lots of money, you know what I mean? They've got a beautiful family, that is their blessing. And while I may not have some of those things, or I may not have been blessed to that extent with those things, I also have things, and I have areas where I'm doing well, and I'm very blessed. And so when you look at them as blessings, it's a lot harder to feel bad that you don't have what someone else has, because that's their blessing. That's what was given to them by God, by the universe. You've got your own blessings. And so I try to spend as much time like being grateful for my blessings and also taking advantage of my blessings as much as possible. I don't have time to be looking at somebody over there and like pocket watching and looking at their life and being like, oh, I don't have that. Nah, I'm trying to look at my life and see what I do have and see how I can like use it to the fullest. Once again, it's like running that marathon. You know, I'm running this race by myself, and I'm trying to look inward. I'm trying to look inward and figure out like what can I do to finish this race, take full advantage of everything I got going on. You know, I don't have time to like pull up my phone and look at a live stream of somebody else's womb to tomb race happening across town. No, I'm running Tim's womb to tomb marathon. I can't possibly be behind because it's only me. Also, if there is something that someone else has, instead of me down about not having it, if it's something that is part of like my unique, if there is someone who like, if you've taken the time and figured out what you really want in life, there's some things you identified, I really want that. I really would like this to be a part of my life. If I see somebody that has it, I'm studying them as an example. I'm happy that I found a mentor. I'm happy that I can see somebody who has it that maybe I can learn from, either from afar, or I might just really walk up to and say, hey, how did you get that? I'll buy you dinner if you'll sit down and explain to me how you got here, how you got that. I'm happy about that. Why would I be sad that there is a model of what I'm trying to do? But a lot of times we don't look at it that way. We just look at it like, oh, I want this. Somebody else has it. I don't. What's wrong with me? Why don't I have it? That person's a totally different person. You're a totally different person. We are so unique. That's the thing too. Like society doesn't want us to know how unique we are. Society wants us to feel like we're all the same, or we all fall in certain boxes. There are 8 billion boxes on this planet, ladies and gentlemen, because there's 8 billion humans on this planet. No one is like anybody else. We might share color. We might share economic background. We might share eye color. We might share, the city we live in, stuff like that. We might speak the same language, but none of us are in the same box. There's 8 billion boxes. We're all different. All we have to do is get from womb to tomb. That is the game. We just have to live this life. And part of it, part of the test, or one of the tests that we have in this life, is that our mind has the capability to have this feeling of being behind. It would be perfectly possible for us to have been born and not be able to experience jealousy or feelings of being behind. But one of the tests, one of the obstacles on this marathon, one of the hurdles is that we have the ability to think like that. But we also have the ability to disregard that. It's possible to, like, every time you look at somebody, be like, oh man, I'm so behind, just be like, no, I'm not. I'm running my own race. So possible. And to just dwell on the thing. Once again, I like to take it back to gratitude. Every time I see myself, looking at somebody else with that look, and you low-key start hating on them. You can admit it. You low-key start hating on the people that you think are ahead of you. Look at how you, instead of that, I try to refix my face to gratitude. Instead of all this, I'd come back to, like, yeah, but look what I got. I'm so grateful for the things I have. I'm so grateful for the opportunities I've been given, the people I have in my life, the things I've been able to do. And then I start being like, okay, if that person has gone to more countries than me and I want to go to more countries, let me figure out how they were able to do it. How were they able to fund that lifestyle? Boom. I just bring it back to gratitude. And it helps with the contentment. The more I bring it back to gratitude, the more content I get, the less I care. You can get to the point where you really don't care. You're happy for other people. That's the next step. You start being happy for other people. Wow, that person's really running their race. That person is doing very well. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for what I got. I'm happy for that person. When I see people who got even less than both of us, hey, I'm gonna try to be an example for them. I'm gonna try to be a mentor for them. How can I help someone who's trying to get where I'm at, And you'll notice that in that equation, there's no jealousy, there's no hate, there's no feeling, there's no depression. And in that equation, it's all around like joy and happiness. You happy for everybody. You happy and you're trying to help, and when you do help somebody, you get happier. It's amazing. So much in life is just mindset. You don't have to bring somebody down. Somebody doesn't have to lose what they have for you to be happy. No, you can be happy in the same exact circumstances you're in now, because like, okay, I might be here in life and I'm trying to get here, but I'm getting there. That makes me happy. I'm happy they're already there and I'm gonna help somebody else get there. Like, it's all about our mindset. It's all about our perspective. But you cannot be behind in life. That is just like a feeling. That is one of possible thousands of feelings we can have. That's the thing I think about a lot too, is like, just because you have a feeling arise doesn't mean it has to stay arisen. It just means that in certain circumstances, we now have programmed ourselves, or it's our default setting that we feel a certain way. All we have to do is just reprogram that feeling. Or when that feeling comes up, we just don't engage with it. We don't have to stay in that space. We don't have to stay in that feeling. Say, oh yeah, these days when I see a person with this, I feel this way. Let me work on this so that a year from now, when I see a person with this, I don't feel that way. We don't have to go through this whole long, drawn out process to try to bring that person down and do all this stuff to get to their level if we don't really want to. No. It's just the feeling needs to go away, right? The feeling just needs to go away. I need to stop feeling behind in life, and I won't feel behind in life. I don't have to try to go out and become the vice president of sales, because I really don't want to. Anyway, that's my thought on that, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this video was helpful. If you have anything to add to this discussion, please add it. Please, this was just my thoughts, my opinions. This is something I'm always still working on. So in the comment box below, if you've got anything to add, please add it. We all learn from each other. We learn from everyone. It's a collective effort, even though we're all running our own race. It is great to get input and support from others around us who love and care about us. I love each and every one of y'all. Talk to y'all soon.